I'm going to show you another way that you can multiply two polynomials. You've seen the distributing, kind of the superfoiling method, and also we've seen the box method. I use something that's it's called the vertical method. So it's a combination of the distributing, but also a way to line up like terms. So if you like it, you can use it. If not, that's fine. You don't have to. So I'm going to start with multiplying everything by x squared. So this is going to give me x to the fourth plus x cubed minus 2x squared. Now I'm going to distribute the 3x next. So I'm going to multiply here, but instead of keep writing these out into one big line, I'm going to write this underneath its like term. So 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. So I'm going to write it underneath here. Okay, so I'm just kind of organizing this better. 3x times x is 3x squared. So I'm going to write that under the x squared term. And then 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. And now I need to multiply everything by 1. I'm going to keep doing the same thing as keeping my like terms together. So 1 times x squared is x squared. So I'm going to write it with the x squared terms. 1 times x is positive x. And 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. Okay, and now all of my like terms are nice and lined up. And that gives me x to the fourth plus 4x cubed plus, 2x squared minus 5x minus 2. Okay, so it's basically the distributing method. It's just that I lined up my like terms so I can find them better. So if you like doing it this way, great. If not, use one of the other methods. Doesn't matter to me as long as you can get a right answer. All right, let's try one more of these. I think I'm going to go back to the box method for this one. So we want to multiply x minus y times this big mess. So I'm going to make a box. Now, it doesn't matter which one goes where just because of the way my page is oriented. I'm going to write it like this. So I'm doing the second one first, which is no big deal. So x cubed, x squared y, xy squared, and y cubed across the top. And then I'm going to put these two along the side. And that's just because it fits better on my paper that way. Notice that was a negative y, so we want to include that. And then we'll create our box. So I'm going to do the top row. X times x cubed is x to the fourth. X times x squared y is x cubed y. X times xy squared is x squared y squared. And x times y cubed is xy cubed. Second row, I get negative y times x cubed is negative x cubed y. We usually write our variables in alphabetical order, so that's why I'm putting the x's first. Negative y times x squared y is negative x squared y squared. Negative y times xy squared is negative xy cubed. And negative y times y to the third is negative y to the fourth. Okay, and like I said before, usually your like terms are going to appear on the diagonal. So notice you have negative x cubed y and positive x cubed y. Those cancel. Negative x squared y squared, positive x squared y squared. Those cancel. Negative xy cubed, positive xy cubed. Those cancel. So our final answer is going to be x to the fourth minus y to the fourth. So that is multiplying polynomials. Again, the method you use does not matter to me. I just need you to be able to get right answers. So you can use box method. You can use this vertical method. That's another box method. Or you can use our foiling or our superfoiling. Okay, so as long as you can work through these and get something that is correct, that's great.